So today we are shooting for one of the biggest nail polish brands in the entire world, and that is OPI. I am so excited. We're doing a little bit of hand modeling as well. So I'm gonna take you behind the scenes of the styling because we've got these cute little Mother's Day kits and we're going for like this floral theme. So I'm gonna show you like how I style this, my thought patterns, and any like problem solving that needs to come up. I've got 6 photos that I have to take. So we're doing a half day today in the studio. So let's get started. Now, I cannot count how many times you guys ask me, Amanda, how do I book clients? How do I book global international brands? So OPI is actually owned by Wella, who is also our client, the hair care brand. And Wella found us through someone who works there, who worked with another brand we worked with, who found us on Instagram. So most of our clients find us through Instagram, mainly Instagram Reels. All of our international clients, or majority of them, have come through Instagram Reels. Now, obviously there's a little bit more than just posting a reel and expecting people to come to you. It's not only the quality of your work, but it's also your personality. Do people like you? Are you a likable person? Are you setting yourself apart enough from all the other product photographers for a brand to be like, yep, they're the one? And so something that I have always done in my business from day one is I have put my face and my personality forward first. What a lot of my old corporate jobs taught me was that building business means building relationships. So one of my main focuses throughout my whole 7 years in business so far has been building relationships. And the way that you do that is by being yourself. Okay, so we are starting with our first scene. Now, before I actually put those things there, you wanna style some florals around the back. Now we've got these like little foamy things where you can stick flower stems in, so that's gonna help. But you could also like glue tack it to the back of a block, which is also easy. So we're going with a very minimal vibe. We've got these beautiful flowers here. And really my goal is to, there's my blue tack. There's my blue tack. The goal is to keep it really, really minimal, not to overpower, overwhelm the products. And honestly, that's why people hire me, because that is my signature style, keeping that minimal, clean look, but like still interesting, you know? We don't do boring photos here. Okay, I'm gonna get a bit of blue tack there. And I'm gonna pop that just on the side of the box here. So it's gonna be between the box and the nail polish. You might actually wanna put that up a little bit more. So my ultimate goal here is like trying to find really nice harmony and balance between my flowers and my products. Because what you don't want to happen is the consumer's eye to go to the flowers or somewhere else in the image. So even though we're styling super minimally today, these can actually be quite tricky because it's all about intention, purpose, and finding that perfect balance. And sometimes that can be a really difficult thing to do. So what I found is I have to switch the box to the other side because of the way that my lighting is. Because I am using a backlight, so we're doing a 4-light setup for this particular gallery. And the box is blocking the light from shining onto the products, so we're just gonna move it onto the other side. So this is the final photo. I'm really happy with the styling. The lighting is perfect. I've got one option with my hand in and one without, so I am also a hand model for this shoot. This is actually a 5-light setup. So if you'd love a full breakdown of that, there's a full tutorial inside Become a Brand Photographer. Okay, we are on to our next scene. And for this one, we are doing something a little bit more natural. We're going with a beautiful blue background. So this collection is called Nature Strong. This is the one I'm wearing. I'm obsessed with this color. I put it on last night. I was like, that is my new favorite nail polish color. So we want to create some height using these natural stone vibes because we're going for like a nature vibe to fit in with the branding for this one. And so I really just got to try and work out how I want to style this because these are not flat. Be a little bit of a rock stacking and lots of blue tack. It could be a challenge. My light's gonna come from that way, so I think I want the box to be on this side so that the box doesn't like get in the way of the nail polish because we want that light to shine through. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't like it. Don't like it. Start again. I'm gonna go with the original concept of having that there. Okay, this could work. It's not as straight as I would love it because the rock is not straight. And this would need to be photoshopped out. Actually, maybe I do want the other. Oh, if I move that, am I gonna fuck it up? Nope. I don't love it. No, it's too much. I hate it. I absolutely hate this. This is not a vibe. Back to the drawing board. Maybe we use travertine instead. Okay, we've got some travertine because this was also approved as something that we can use. I think I like this more already. I don't mind it. I like this. It's giving some nice framing. And now we want to put in our flowers. We've got these really pretty ones here. So a little rule that I go by is if I love the photo, highly, highly likely that the client is gonna love the photo as well. And obviously we do a lot of work in pre-production to make sure that everybody is on the same page. Like a lot of work goes into the pre-planning stage because that way when you get to shoot day, like you're not playing any guessing games. We don't like guessing games. We don't do that. But it's just like, you know when you have the image, you know when you've got that perfect image, you're in love with it and you're like, fuck yes, this is gold. The client is going to die. Like that's the reaction that you want for yourself. And when you have that reaction, it's time to move on. Okay, for this scene, we are doing like a shiny reflection with the mirror because the product is called Infinite Shine, hence the mirror. So I've got my base styling down. We've got to redo our nails, which I'll do soon. I'm pretty happy with this. I'm not sure if I want to include this next step here, but it does look good at all going up like in a line. And now we just have to place our flowers and I'm trying to determine how I want to do this. These are very difficult to have them stand up straight. I might have to like really blue tack that in and get around the back. Okay, I kind of want it like out like that, but that's just gonna fall. I feel like, I don't know. Okay, what do we want to do? I mean, like, no. Maybe like laying down. Do we like that? I don't want to go over the top either with flowers. And maybe I don't want that pink of a flower. We want something a bit more like pale like that. That might be good. Okay, now something that I want to point out is even though you have a pre-production board, as a photographer, creative director, stylist, everything, you have creative control to see what looks good and change it if need be. So for example, originally we had kind of landed on using travertine for this shot. However, because this kit is labeled as their most like premium, expensive, high-end kit, I tested the travertine and I'm like, it's not giving me high-end, premium, expensive. So I get to make the creative call to change that kind of styling decision. And so I think something like this, using the white blocks, screams a bit more premium, high-end, expensive rather than this. And this is the image here with travertine. You can see I'm testing it. It's not obviously overly styled yet, but if I'm not liking the base, I'm just gonna cut that decision and move on to a substitute before I finish the styling. So remember, people are hiring you for your creative expertise. You don't always have to do what the client might think looks good because it might actually not look good. Even when we plan our own shoots, I might pop something down for the creative direction. I'll get to the shoot and I'm like, this is shit. This does not look good. And so we have to change direction. And even though the client approves the pre-production board, we actually have a clause in our contract about an artistic release. So this basically means that when we're styling, we're gonna produce a photo that we think is best for the campaign goals, for the brand. Like, this is why people hire us, because we know what's best on shoot day. I don't think I've ever had a brand like push back on me when it comes to these kinds of changes in creative decisions. And something that I'm very confident in is my own work. And so if I decide that this looks better than this, I'm gonna stand by my decision and I'm gonna back myself. And typically that gives the client confidence as well that you made the right decision. Okay, so for this next scene that we're doing, we are redoing the nails. And I guess if photography ever fails me, I have a career in hand modeling. I gotta say though, it is definitely work to keep your nails looking good, because the longer the nail, the more easily they break. And obviously we charge the client for this kind of stuff as well. So there's extra time involved with obviously doing the nails. I just have to do one hand, so it's not crazy. And it doesn't have to be the most perfect job because Photoshop. And yes, we could Photoshop the color as well, but I honestly just want to be able to do this straight out of camera. God, the left hand's always the shakiest. To do a few coats of this one, I think. We are on to our last photo. It's the best feeling when you get to your last photo and you're like, I'm nearly done. Honestly, like, I always hit a peak in the afternoon where I get really tired and just like, can we wrap it up? And this is why it's so important to schedule a proper break for yourself throughout your day, especially if you're doing a full day shoot. Like, it is very physically and emotionally demanding to go for basically 8 hours straight. And I can't count how many times I've done that. Even the other day, I probably took a 10-minute break in the whole 8 hours. Not ideal. So I'm loving this like pink and yellow vibe. The vibe is like very colorful for OPI, which is super fun for me. I don't know about this block. maybe we'll just style around it for now.
Just a good style. Which one is good with my original creation? I was like,
What? As in you don't know how I'm so good at styling?
yes, exactly.
That's why they pay me the big bucks, babe.
Yeah.
Photographer. People are literally just like, that. A stylist is a job,
Yeah.
separate from a photographer.
Yeah.
So like really clients save money when they hire us because we do everything.
Yeah.
So I'm focusing on like different heights for the flowers. So that's slightly higher than that one instead of like same height to create some more visual interest. I don't know if I like that. That's I don't know. That's too much. Hand comes in there. Let's just have a look. This is looking a bit droopy. Sometimes I look at a scene, I'm like, is it too minimal? But that's what they want. And it looks good. You don't want it crazy, crazy. So that is a wrap. That's 6 photos. We're done. I'm tired. It's the end of my week. It's been a very hectic past week and a half with 4 full day shoots. So I'm very happy tomorrow is Friday. Anyway, I'm gonna show you the final photos now. And if you want a little bit more of a behind the scenes look into some of the lighting setups I've done, then you'll find that inside Become a Brand Photographer. If you're not already in there, what are you doing? If you're new to photography, it is the #1 course that you should be in. Literally teaches you how to go from 0 to full-time. It's good shit. Otherwise, thank you for joining me on this little day in my life for OPI, and I will see you in the next video.